In the previous problem, we looked at the velocity of a falling object using the formula v squared is equal to 64h, where v is the velocity in seconds and h is the distance that the object has already fallen. So we found out what the velocity of an object was after 10 foot. In the previous problem, we examined what the velocity of a falling object would be at a height of 10 feet using the formula v squared is equal to 64h. So we had a formula, we looked for what v was when h is 10 feet. So in the second part, it's asking us how much does the velocity increase if the object falls 20 feet rather than 10 feet. So in this one, we discovered what our first velocity was, and I had you figure that out. So in this one, we need to do the same thing, except let's figure out what it is for 20 feet. So that means I have v squared is equal to 64 times 20 feet rather than 10. So I'm going to figure out what my second velocity is. So I'm going to let you do that. So once I figure out what my second velocity is, I have to figure out how much the increase was from velocity 1 to velocity 2. So I'm going to get you to think about that. So here, if I'm going at velocity 1, and velocity 1 is some speed, and my second one, velocity 2, is a bigger speed, I want to know how much increase that is. Increase. Okay, so for some of you who are struggling with this, let's think about it this way. If I have two people and that person's that tall and this person is this tall, okay, well, let's think of it this way. So maybe this is Susie when she was 5 and this is Susie when she's 10. Let's think about it that way. So this is Susie at 5 years and this is Susie at 10 years. How much did she grow? So that would be her increase in height. So I'm not going to solve this one for you. I just want you to think about how would you set that up. So basically when we're solving for the for the velocity, we're going to use the same exact type of setup that we did for the previous problem, but we're going to take this one step further and we're going to figure out what the increase in velocity is. So use this concept to help you figure out how would you set up that equation.